Good morning students. In the last video we saw about the properties of alcohols, that is chemical properties. Today we are going to see about the chemical properties of glycol and glycerol. So first we have to see the properties of glycol. Some reactions are given here. First, glycol formula CH2OH single bond CH2OH. When it is treated with hydrogen iodide or hydroiodic acid or phosphorus bar iodine, that is phosphorus triiodide, any these two reagents, any one we have to use. So glycol is converted into ethylene diiodide CH2I. Instead of this OH group is removed and forms CH2I single bond CH2I. So this ethylene diiodide is unstable compound. So after the elimination of I2, it forms a ethene compound. So conversion of glycol to ethene treated with phosphorus bar iodine, important reaction. Then second one, how glycol react with nitrating mixture. We know nitrating mixture means this is a mixture of concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid. This total full mixture we call it as a nitrating mixture. So when glycol is treated with a nitrating mixture, it forms a dinitroglycol, that is ethylene dinitrate or dinitroglycol. So instead of this hydrogen atom, these two hydrogen atom, NO2 group is come and add to form a dinitroglycol or ethylene dinitrate, and it is a highly explosive substance. So next, third reaction is dehydration. In dehydration, there are two types of dehydration, that is intramolecular dehydration and intermolecular dehydration. Intramolecular means within the glycol, one water molecule is removed. Intermolecular dehydration means between two glycol, water molecule is removed. So first, intramolecular dehydration. When glycol is heated at 773 Kelvin, elimination of one water molecule and it forms a CH2, single bond CH2, this oxygen is connected. So this compound we call it as a oxirane, OXIRANE, oxirane. Generally we call it as a epoxide. So glycol when treated with a 773 Kelvin, it forms an epoxide compound. The next dehydration reaction is when glycol is treated with anhydrous zinc chloride. So 773 Kelvin it forms epoxide. At anhydrous zinc chloride, if we heat the substance means this one water molecule is eliminated and this hydrogen will comes here. So to becomes a CH3, here becomes CH and this O. So CH3, CHO name is called as acetaldehyde. So using anhydrous zinc chloride, glycol is changes into acetaldehyde. These two reactions are intramolecular dehydration. But this is a intermolecular dehydration, very important one. See, take two molecules of glycol, CH2OH, single bond CH2OH. So another one molecule. So between two molecule, when we heated with the concentrated sulfuric acid, one water molecule is in this side eliminated and on that side also one water molecule is eliminated to form a 1,4 dioxane. So the name is called as a dioxane, 1,4 dioxane. So this is a intermolecular dehydration. So so far we discussed reaction with the PI3, reaction with the nitrating mixture, then dehydration, intramolecular and intermolecular dehydration. The next property of glycol is oxidation. So important reaction, oxidation reactions of glycol. So first glycol, in glycol the 2 OH group is attached to CH2 carbon. So it is both the OH group is a primary alcohol. So it is an example for dihydric primary alcohol. So 2 OH group attached to CH2. So we know the primary alcohol is oxidized to aldehyde. Secondary alcohol is oxidized to ketone. This is a formula in chemistry, that is hydroxy compounds. So primary alcohol oxidized to aldehyde, aldehyde oxidized to acid. Secondary alcohol, that is OH group attached to CH carbon, if it is oxidized to means it forms ketone. Then ketone further oxidized to give acid. So here both the OH groups are primary alcohol. So on first oxidation, first carbon OH group is alone oxidized. This OH group is now changes into aldehyde. Second carbon acid is CH2OH. Then further oxidation, the first carbon alone CHO group is oxidized to acid group COOH, then this one. Then further oxidation, this glycolic acid, this CH2OH group, second carbon is oxidized to CHO. Then further oxidation, it gives oxalic acid. Once again I repeat, first we have to take the first carbon completely oxidized, then only second carbon. So here it oxidized to CHO, then the CHO group is oxidized to acid. Now take the second carbon oxidized to aldehyde, the same aldehyde oxidized to acid, so it is an oxalic acid. But in between, if this compound is oxidized, the second carbon also oxidized means we get glyoxal. The glyoxal is oxidized to give this compound. Then finally glycol is oxidized to oxalic acid. Here all are oxidation. So what is the oxidizing agent used here for the conversion of glycol to oxalic acid is nitric acid or alkaline potassium permanganate. These two reagents are used for the conversion of glycol to oxalic acid. So this is the oxidation reactions of glycol. Then one more is there. Using periodic acid HiO4, glycol is oxidized to give 2 molecules of formaldehyde. Here the carbon-carbon cleavage is important, very important one. In glycol, the carbon-carbon bond is completely break by the reagent is called periodic acid. Using this oxidizing agent, it forms 2 molecules of formaldehyde, and with the HiO4 changes into HiO3. Then uses of glycol, it is used as an antifreeze in automobile radiator. That means in cold countries like US, Canada, Japan, the two-wheelers, the four-wheelers vehicles, the fuels becomes freezing. So in order to avoid the freezing, that is anti-freezing in automobile radiator, this glycol is used along with the petrol. Then used as an explosive dinitrate. That means we saw that nitration reaction, it is an explosive substance that is called as ethylene dinitrate. The next topic is glycerol. Glycerol properties. There is only 3 properties: nitration, dehydration and oxidation. Only 3 property. 3 is more important. Nitration, when glycerol, CH2OH, CHOH, CH2OH. See here, first and third carbon is a CH2OH, but the second carbon is a secondary alcohol, CHOH. So first and third carbon is a primary alcohol and the second carbon is a secondary alcohol because OH group is attached to CH. When it is treated with a nitrating mixture, corn nitric acid and corn sulfuric acid, here also the 3 hydrogen atom, these 3 hydrogen atom replaced by 3 NO2 group. So it forms a trinitroglycerine, TNG. It is also a highly explosive substance. Trinitroglycerine. The question may ask, how will you convert glycerol to trinitroglycerine, or how TNG is prepared? So by the help of nitrating mixture, it changes into trinitroglycerine. The next reaction is dehydration. So glycerol, when it is treated with, we know corn H2SO4 is a good dehydrating agent. Also we have to use potassium bisulfate, KHSO4, potassium bisulfate. It forms so 2 water molecule is eliminated to form as acrolein, CH2, double bond CH, single bond CHO. So here there is 2 hydrogen atom, here 1 oxygen atom, and here also 1 OH group. So fully eliminated as a water molecule and it forms acrolein, that is a double bond propene 1L. So 1, 2, 3 carbon, so propene, and double bond is there, so ENE, 1 alcohol group is there, so propenyl, or the common name is acrolein. So on dehydration of glycerol changes into acrolein. The next reaction is oxidation reaction. First we have to know this, what are the reagents used and what are the products, then I will explain the reactions with the equation. So oxidation reaction, when glycerol, this may asked in 1 mark question also. When glycerol is oxidized with dilute nitric acid, what will happen? It forms glyceric acid and tartronic acid. Suppose if it is treated with the corn nitric acid, it forms glyceric acid alone. When it is treated with the bismuth nitrate, mesoxalic acid. When it is treated with either bromine water or Fenton's reagent, it forms glyceraldehyde plus dihydroxyacetone. So these are the theory part. These equations now I will show in the next page. So oxidations of glycerol also very very important. So next question, that is the glycerol oxidation, important one. Explain the oxidations of glycerol. So in glycerol there are two primary OH group and only one secondary OH group. So glycerol, when oxidation, it forms first you have to take the first carbon. So remaining second and third which is present as it is. So take the first carbon, we know it is a primary alcohol, oxidized to give aldehyde, aldehyde converted into acid. So first the primary alcohol, now oxidation to give aldehyde. Remaining thing same. Its name is called glyceraldehyde. The second, the same first carbon, aldehyde group changes into acid group. Here also second and third carbon remains as same. After converting the first carbon to acid group, now you take the third carbon. Third carbon also directly converted into, without changing into aldehyde, it directly changes into acid group. So first carbon and third carbon, now we get a acid as a final product. Now further oxidation, the second carbon, no, that is CHOH. This is a secondary alcohol, changes into keto group. We know keto group formula, C double bond O. So further oxidation which gives oxalic acid, the COOH changes into oxalic acid. This CO group takes away this O to form as a carbon dioxide. So we have to see first carbon changes into aldehyde, then acid. Third carbon also changes into acid. Then next step is second carbon changes into ketone and further oxidized to give oxalic acid. But one more step is here. Suppose instead of it is oxidation of primary alcohol, that is CHO, this first carbon and the second carbon oxidation. If it oxidizes second carbon, means it gives this type of product, that is secondary alcohol oxidation gives C double bond O, then further oxidation it gives mesoxalic acid and further oxalic acid. So this is the main route, that is formation of glyceraldehyde, then glyceric acid, then that is tartronic acid, then mesoxalic acid, then oxalic acid. But one of the sideways of oxidation is after the formation of dihydroxyacetone. This dihydroxyacetone, how we will get? On glycerol, an oxidation, the secondary alcoholic group, CHOH group alone is oxidized to form dihydroxy, OH. So dihydroxy, this is a ketone, so it is an acetone, dihydroxyacetone. Further oxidation, it forms the mesoxalic acid. Then further oxidation, the COH combine to form oxalic acid, and the CO group takes away this oxygen to form as a CO2. So far we saw the oxidation, the properties of glycol and glycerol. Next we are going to see about the uses of alcohols, glycols and glycerol. Next topic, uses of alcohols. So we know methanol, ethanol, glycol and glycerol's preparation properties is we saw. The first uses of methanol is, it is used as a solvent for paints, varnishes, shellac, gums, cement, etc. That means for dissolving, for solving all the organic compounds, paint, varnishes, gums, cement, etc. Methanol is used as a solvent. The second use of methanol is the manufacture of dyes, that is SIAM, dyes, drugs, perfumes and formaldehyde. So for the formaldehyde preparation, methanol is used because CH3OH and oxidation it gives formaldehyde. So for the preparation of dyes, drugs, perfumes and formaldehydes, methanol is used. Then second use is for ethanol, C2H5OH. It is used in the preparation of paints and varnishes. That means here methanol is used as a solvent for paints and varnish. But here for the preparation of paints and varnish, ethanol is used. Organic compounds like ether, chloroform, iodoform, etc. For preparing ether, that is diethyl ether, chloroforms, iodoforms, etc. this ethanol is used. Also for the preparation of dyes and transparent soaps. Second, as a substitute for petrol under the name power alcohol. We know 95% petrol, that is alcohol, and 5% ethanol is used as a fuel for aeroplane, and it is used as a preservative for many biological specimens. So for the preservations, ethanol is used. So these are the uses. So for the many for the preparation of paint, varnish, ether, chloroform, dyes, soaps, etc., and also as a substitute for petrol under the name called power alcohol. Then as a preservative for biological specimens. The third uses is for ethylene glycol. That is glycol commonly we call. It is used as an antifreeze in automobile radiator, and its dinitrate compound is used as an explosive with TNG. Then final uses of glycerol. Glycerol is used as a sweetening agent in confectionery and beverages, that is chocolate factories, as well as cool drinks, that is soft drinks like Coke, Pepsi. As a sweetening agent, glycerol is used. Then used in the manufacture of cosmetics and transparent soaps. Cosmetics means that is Vaseline, that is any creams, etc., and also for many transparent soaps like Pears, etc., for glycerol is used. Then for making printing ink and stamp pad ink, that is printing ink, that is typing machines, we have to use no printer. So for printing inks and stamp pad inks, and for lubricant for watches and clocks, this glycerol is used. Then in the manufacture of explosive like dynamite, that is TNG, trinitroglycerin, and cordite. Cordite means it is a gunpowder by mixing it with the china clay. As a glycerol is used as a there is gunpowder and cordite by mixing it with the china clay. So these are all the uses of methanol, ethanol, ethylene glycol, and glycerol. These uses may asked in 2 more questions. So it is also very